Chapter 62, The Living Church. Among you there is already such a living temple, named after my Father, and the Father of all, and after me. At the present time, there are only few sincere sons and daughters of the Father, being sincerely led to the collective spiritual worship of the Father, communion. Only by the driving and very powerful inner force of the Father's love, being felt by their opened and free souls within. And they do go and worship the Father, even as I do, without even having any shelter, even in the open air. They do come together to worship, for they feel these changes within their own souls, as they open up during the moment of the worshiping the Father. They feel this living bliss within their souls. And those believers who are truly sincerely striving for the perception of the meaning of their own selves, for a deeper knowledge of the creation, shall also sooner begin to feel their soul's desire to associate with somebody greater and mightier that is beyond their mind's ken, and they shall hear about the existence of this living temple, and they shall come to the living worship service of the Father, when a spiritual relationship is established both with the Father, with me, and among their brethren participating in this communion. But even this is not yet everything. During the worship of the Father, they are being joined by a great many unseen by the human eye spiritual beings that are both far away from this place and near it. And all these vibrations of the Father's love being emanated from your tiny world are felt by all creation. They are felt by me, and they are felt by the Father. It is the vibrating of your opened up souls that He desires to feel, rather than the words uttered mechanically, when your souls are not yet awaked from the deep and long sleep. The Father takes in all the vibrations being sent by all the souls collectively and by each soul separately. And it is namely the vibrations of the living faith of a soul that reach Him, since the soul has already attuned its vibrations to those of the Father. Therefore, the Father can also hear and feel the waving of the soul corresponding to His vibrating. However, the soul can vibrate in this manner only when there is a live contact with the Father, when there is a live communion with the Father, when there is no ritual and theatrical performance, for they lose their meaning. Therefore, I greatly commend you, my brethren, who possess the resolution and stamina to walk on this path of mine, when it is necessary to lean only upon the Father, to trust only Him. And they do walk along this path boldly and steadfastly, attending this living temple and having a living experience of spiritual communion with the Father and among themselves. I do hear all their prayers. It is namely because of this that my heart is filled with joy, because while millions upon millions go where there are many of them, and where it is easy to perform only the ritual participation, just a handful of them are walking in the opposite direction. They are walking to a meeting with the Father and with me, and among themselves as full members of the one and vast spiritual family of the Father. And I'm really happy about the activity of this live temple that has come into being on my suggestion. And the number of such living churches shall ever increase, and they shall be attended by those who shall desire an in-depth bond with the Father and with me, and they shall experience that relationship. At first, some of them will experience it stronger, others weaker, but if they steadfastly pursue this living path, the path without the dead rituals, they will ever deepen this relationship. And the time will come when the big churches will get empty, and it will be sad that they shall have become deserted. But after a period of desertion, they will gradually start to fill up again with people. People again will begin to gather in the churches, for there will be many of those who will have discovered a living Father within their own selves, and they will desire to get back to the places meant for the worship of the Father. And the people shall return under the true spiritual leaders, truly serving the Father, me, and creation.